That's fine. I'm not going to force my opinion on
You need to stay off the street.
Get out of the street. The police have asked us to stay out of the street.
Would you be willing to answer questions? No? I don't have an agenda. I want to ask questions. You're not willing to answer. What? Don't block me. Hey, let's not try and block their rights. They have a right to take the pictures. My only, would you please step up off the street? Would you please step off the street? We've been trying to be respectful to the street.
You can't be on the bike path.
Well, it's better than the street.
I'll go down and get the... Yeah, this is beautiful.
Appreciate that.
Hey, we've been trying to respect what the law enforcement officer said. Let's stay back. So, my only question for you, and I know you're not going to answer, is all we've heard is that there's a shortage of personal protective equipment out there. There's a shortage of the N95 mask for medical professionals in the state of Minnesota. And yet, here you are wearing a mask. Hey, I'm trying to... There's a shortage of masks.
On the way. We have officers on the way. Let you know.
For what? Why are we...
They're not to be on the bikeway.
They're off the...
We're thinking at the store.
Fake. Do you have any credentials? Can you show us your hospital credentials?
Fake.
Because, you know, they give away scrubs at Twins games, too. Anybody can buy scrubs.
Yeah,
Why?
First 100.
You know what actually ends up making us look bad is when we sink to the level we're at right now. I'm not arguing that.
I get what but you know what? They're going to make their point. I'm going to make mine as equal.
Are you aware how close you are to this guy, and you're being like counter-protesting here? Look how close you are. Look how close you are to everybody else.
I'm dating him.
You're so close to everybody else, but you are promoting social distancing.
Are you media? Are you with it?
It'll be on the front page.
Okay, so let it be on the Star Tribune. Like, hey, Minnesotans.
You're creating propaganda.
Hey, let's listen. Let's not sink to their level. If they want to fake it, if they want to stage it, let them stage it. But why?
SOS for our seniors?
But why?
You should report on. Seniors are having another good time right now. You want to take a picture of that? You want to get everything right? Will you take a picture of this? Are you a senior?
Let's not sink to the level of the people who oppose us.
Please get off the bike path. Please back away.
The reason why we're out here is because we're better than this.
Exactly.
Hey, Minnesotans, Patriots, listen up for a second. Who cares what the Star Trib does? Seriously. Exactly, but listen up. Listen up. The same reason that we're out here today is because of our amendments being violated. Our rights, according to the amendments, are being violated. And what we're doing, yes, we're individuals and we have a right to protest, even the media, but let him do his job whether you agree with it or not. Yeah. Get out of his face. Because all you're doing is you're feeding the negative press. When you yell and scream vulgarities at the people who yell and scream vulgarities at us, all you're doing is feeding the lie that we're idiots. We're not. We're patriots. We're constitutionalists. We're Minnesotans. We're Americans. And if we harass people the way they harass us, we don't win. We just fit the mainstream mold of who we are. Let the media do its job. Let the media do what they're here to do. And if they're going to...
I hate to tell you, if we don't stand up to this kind of crap...
I'm not... No. They're going to spin it no matter what. They're going to spin it no matter what.
Just disperse and go down the way.
The more that we just sit around and play that game of, oh, we're better than them, the more we lose. Look at what's happening right here.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But no matter what we do, they're going to paint us in a negative light. So if we get in their face, we look like the aggressive idiots that they've already said we are. There's got to be. Part of the Constitution is personal responsibility. The last thing in the world we need to do is be standing in the face of the reporters, getting in their way. Let them do their job. They're going to... I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everybody else, and I want it to be heard. And now I do have something to say to the governor. And I know he's probably not in there, and if he is, he's probably down in his private bowling alley. Governor Walz, you are a servant of the people. The Constitution of the United States does not protect you, it protects us. You are a citizen. You are an elected official, Governor Walz, and you are our servant. And according to the Constitution of the United States, you do what we say. You're not supposed to make us answer to you. According to the scriptures, which some of us don't agree with out here, but that's fine. I'm a Christian. I'm all right with people being in disagreement with that. But as a Christian, the God of creation has ordained the Constitution to be authority over you, sir. The Constitution is your authority. It's not where you get to rule from, it's what you rule by. And everything that you've done right now, Governor Walz, has been a violation of the law of the land. Amen. Governor Walz, we need you to stop. We need you to stop locking down this state. We need you to stop destroying the economy. Lives are going to be lost because you have chose to shut down the state of Minnesota. Governor Walz, I'm asking you today, I know you're never going to hear this. The media will not play anybody who's reasonable. I'm just asking you, Governor Walz, if some slim chance you hear this today, you need to find out in your heart who you serve. Do you serve an agenda, or do you serve the people of the state of Minnesota and ultimately then the people of the entire nation? We are reasonable. No one's offering violence towards you. No one is suggesting that there be an overthrow. We're just asking you to return back to the people the power that you unconstitutionally took to yourself. Amen. Why? Because ultimately it's not just us you answer to. Romans 13 chapters 1 through 7 says that the ruling authority is put in place by God to execute justice, to reward those who do good, and to punish those who do evil. And right now, Governor Walz, you are punishing people who do good. And God looks very dimly on that. Governor Walz, the God of creation, puts you in place to punish criminals and reward the law-abiding. And all you have done for the last 2 months has made yourself the arbiter of right and wrong, and you have criminalized thousands upon thousands, maybe millions of people in the state of Minnesota. You have criminalized us. You have told us that our jobs don't matter. You've said that you know better than we do how to take care of our families and our property. It's time to let go. Tyrants cannot survive, and that is what you've made yourself.
How about giving up your emergency
In that card for decades, and it's gotten us nowhere but shoved further into the margin.
And there again, I don't disagree with that, but what I'm going to say is that this kind of stuff is going to, if we do this the right way, if you go back to the days, of before the Revolutionary War, when you had pastors and other people who were continental patriots that were unpopular, but they were civil. And I'm not disagreeing that we haven't been pushed around, because we've been pushed around for decades, because we've allowed civility to overrule hard public discourse.
Right.
But at the same time, I hate to see what happens is, I don't care if that guy's a Trump supporter or not. I don't care if they're actually medical staff or not.
Right.
But when we get up in their faces and we yell and scream and we call them names and we go and call the cops, okay? Like, I get it. Like, they're not supposed to be in the bike path. Totally understand. They're not supposed to be in the bike path.
Right.
But
we get that.
but at the same time, let them be. Let law enforcement deal with that on their own. Let's not be the very thing that they want us other people to do, which is to turn each other in.
Right.
And
that's exactly right. But here's
so
the
I'm
thing.
not I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at you.
No, I know, and I wasn't mad either. It's just that the oath said all enemies domestic.
Foreign and domestic, yeah.
No, domestic and foreign. I know what it actually says, foreign and domestic, but everybody drops off the domestic part. That is an enemy, domestic, right there.
Right
all
now,
these other governors are.
I don't
remember,
fundamentally disagree with that.
Here's how simple it boils down. This was supposed to be a 20-day thing, 15-day thing to flatten the curve for the hospitals, and it's morphed into everything but that. And that's the problem.
Agreed.
And that's the problem. So what's the next one? Oh, well, we're keeping you safe. Yeah, you know what? Hitler said that too. The Nazis said that to the Germans. We're keeping you safe. Wow. Interesting. So that's what's happening to us.
It's for your safety. It's for your safety.
Yeah, for your safety.
I don't disagree. I'm a vet.
I was stationed in Germany, and I talked to the Germans that were alive back then, and they didn't even know about the concentration camps until it was too late.
That'll work.
They didn't even know. The Jewish people were not popular in Germany before World War II, so it's kind of easy to have them carted off. So and now that's
still not.
Right.
Well, there spread rumors that they were dirty,
which is terrible.
diseased.
What's that?
They spread rumors that they were dirty and diseased.
Exactly. And so that's where the for your safety thing came in, and everybody seemed to be on it. Then what did they do? Well, narc on your neighbors.
Yep.
What are we doing right now? Narc on your neighbors, because of this buffoon over here. Huh?